What's going on, y'all? This is Isaiah Fowler, founder of SWAV Eyewear and SWAV Agency. And this is another episode, man. We got a good episode today. We're talking about pre-orders, right? If you're just joining us, if you're just checking out the videos, this is the best direct-to-consumer platform on the planet. All these videos every Monday and Wednesday, we coming to you and we bringing you videos in regards to direct-to-consumer and growing your company, right? Not just your online business, but growing your company. Because this is not about e-commerce. This is about building a brand that has a direct communication with their customer base, right? So that's what we're talking about. So today I want to talk about pre-orders. I don't think that I made a video about this, but I hear a lot of people talking about it. And I also hear people kind of suggesting it. So I want to talk about the dangers of pre-orders, but also how to really do it and how to understand it. So when you sit here, we hear people all the time say, just launch pre-orders, right? Do pre-orders and then get the money and then fulfill the product. Now, what people usually end up doing is they rely on pre-orders as their business model, okay? You don't want to rely on pre-orders to be your actual business model. So first things first. A pre-order situation should not be going on 3, 4, 5, 6 years into your business. This is just my personal opinion, right? And I'm gonna break it down as to what I mean. When I first started SWAV Eyewear, I actually drove Uber, got the inventory, and then I launched the company, right? The quality was not good. It was from a bad part of China. They weren't good craftsmen, right? So the thing about it is, I'm like, okay. Then I went the pre-order route through Kickstarter. So number one, and we successfully raised $10,000, but I want you to understand, you have to know what you're selling first in order to do pre-orders, okay? I sell eyewear. Sunglasses. Trying to pre-order sunglasses without a community that knows the type of quality that you're putting out can be tough. And it also depends on the budget that you have to market. Now, this was before we had an email list or anything like that. We have an email list now, I'm still not a fan of pre-orders. I'm still not a fan of pre-orders because what it does is it can make your brand have a bad reputation. Do you want people coming to your website always being sold out or always being on pre-order? And when you do a pre-order sale or a pre-order, situation, you usually are always discounting your product because there's a wait time to get the product to them. So think about it. If you have to always discount your products because they're on pre-order, or if your products are always on pre-order consistently, over time, people are going to be like, this brand isn't serious. I want what I want now. I want what I want to ship to me within 3 to 5 days. Most people are already spoiled by Amazon with the 1 to 2 day shipping, like at their door within 24 hours sometimes, depending on where they're at and what they purchased. So people are already spoiled by quick shipping. So if they're already spoiled by quick shipping, then why would you voluntarily, consistently always be at a place where it's going to take a month, 2 months, 3 months for the product to get to the customer? Because here's what happens. And I want you to understand this. This is psychology. Okay? This is psychology. Go look up or research purchase behavior, right? Customer psychology. When you do a pre-order and people purchase it, pre-orders are also a customer service nightmare that nobody talks about as well. Do you want to have, let's say you get a pre-order of like 300 orders. Out of those 300 orders, if you aren't communicating with your customers, and let's say it takes 2 weeks longer than what the date that you said it was shipped was, those people are going to be beating up your email inbox. Do you have the customer service manpower to, handle that situation? These are things to think about, because all we hear is I did a pre-order, I made X amount of dollars, that's it. People are not telling the full story. I literally know people that have done pre-orders and they're stressed out because customer service, right? Or here's a good one. People do pre-orders. They, get however many units sold. They didn't factor in shipping. Now they got to ship out all these orders a month, 2 months, 3 months from now. If they didn't allocate their money right, that's a whole situation in and of itself, right? That's an extra, let's just say shipping is, let's say it's $5 for first class times 300 units, that's $1,500, right? And that's, if you didn't factor that in, that could be a hit to the brand, to the company, especially if you're just starting out, right? When you're doing pre-orders, if you have a manufacturer somewhere else and they're overseas, do you know exactly what your shipping bill is going to be? Because what if you just ran the numbers at how much it costs per unit? And you're like, okay, it costs, $5 or $12 per unit. All right, cool. But what if you did the numbers at sea shipping? That takes about 45 days. Right? But what if you wanted it to get to you through air? The shipping is like, maybe depending on the weight and stuff like that, it can be like a difference of like $1,200, you know what I'm saying? $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. So if you ran the numbers at, shipping by sea versus shipping by air, that's a disparity right there. Right? So what if you say we're doing pre-orders, it's going to get to you in 28 days. But what if it doesn't end up getting to you, the company, until, let's say, 45 days? That's 2 weeks right there. You're going to have all kind of customers. Where my order at? Where my order at? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And you ain't going to want to really communicate with them, right? But you're going to have to. Because if you don't, the reputation of your brand is going to go to shit. And it's going to happen very, very, very fast. Right? And also, look at the big brands in the world. If they're sold out of a product, that just means that they're not selling it anymore. Big brands have inventory to fulfill the products. It's time to get out of this small business mentality. It's really time. Do you want to be a brand that's always known to be sold out of stuff? I know I didn't. That's going to slow up the money long term. Short term, you may get some money. Short term, you may run it up. But long term, it's not a good look. Me personally, this is me personally. The way that you combat having to do pre-orders all the time, you're going to have to get really, really, really good at forecasting inventory and managing cash flow. If you can manage cash flow, forecast inventory, you won't have a pre-order situation and a pre-order problem, because you'll have the consistent cash flow to replenish the inventory that you'll have, and you'll know what you need to be buying and when you need to be buying it. Right? So these are things to think about when we say, when we talk about pre-orders that nobody's talking about, right? Or, you got to pay $2,000 just to have this exact conversation or get this information, right? If you're doing a pre-order, you need to have your product already on the way and everything. Because also when your product comes to you, you need to think about processing that. You need to think about quality control. If you're getting your stuff from China or, Japan or somewhere, When that product comes, if there's not a good quality control process at your manufacturer's location, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get your product and you're going to see all kind of like, defects in the product. So you have to, if you order 500 units because you got 500 orders, or you order 1,000 units because you got 500 orders, 10% of those orders are going to be messed up. Because if they didn't have quality control set up at the facility, you're responsible for quality control. See, nobody even talks about quality control when we're talking about manufacturing. So there's like you should have a processing time when you get inventory, right? And if you make your own product, your quality control should be built in of that. So you don't have more days where like you're making sure that the product is good. It all depends on your business structure and everything like that. But I'm not a fan of pre-orders because the excitement dies down when a customer gets the product 3 months from now. They forgot they bought it. So how are they gonna spread the word of mouth of your brand if they don't even remember buying it and it's like, oh, I don't even care no more, right? The ether dropped. This is just me. Long-term longevity, speaking brand reputation, customer service, I'm not a fan of pre-orders. I'm just not. Sometimes it works. A lot of times it doesn't. Nobody talks about the times it doesn't. Or most people only talk about the revenue that they made from pre-orders, but they don't talk about the fulfillment aspect of it. And I'm here to help you, right? So these are some things to think about in regards to pre-orders. It's really up to you, but just educate yourself, right? Take a calculated risk on things and you'll be good. So if you're looking to get your strategy right with your business, you can grab this, or we can schedule a one-on-one strategic intensive. And with that, it's a one-time session, 3 hours, and we just dive into all the strategy of your business to ensure that you have a long-term vision for the company, right? So you can grab this at swavcircle.com, or you could go to Grow with SWAV to book a call. That's all in the description. But pre-orders are a very interesting topic. I'm not a fan of them. Me personally, I would rather just front my inventory, because if you're going to be in business long-term, you don't need to worry about pre-orders anyway, right? It's just a way to, get the ball rolling on things, but sometimes that shit could be really detrimental to the business and to the brand, all right? So that's what we got today. Pre-orders. Drop a comment in the comment box below. Let me know what you think about this topic. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know and I'll answer them. And always remember, everything you do in life starts with a vision. Peace.